Let's understand this diagram given in the chapter Principles of Inheritance and Variations under the topic Linkage. This diagram represents the result of two dihybrid crosses conducted by Morgan, and cross A, it shows crossing between gene Y and W, and cross B shows crossing between gene W and M. And one more important thing which we need to note here is that the distance between Y and W and M in cross A and cross B respectively. We also know that linkage is inversely proportional to distance, which means that the more distance there is between the two genes, the less linkage will be there in the progeny. So in the parental type of the cross A, we have the female which has Y and W, which means it has yellow and white, and in the male we have Y plus and W plus, which is a wild type. And wild means that this male species was taken by Morgan from something outside, and this yellow one, the female, was cultured in the lab. So the cross of the parental types leads to the F1 generation, in which we have the female is YW and Y plus and W plus. Now one thing which needs to be noted here is that Y plus and W plus, they whenever they will be together, they will be dominant. If any of it comes with, like if for example if Y plus comes with simply W, it will not be dominant. Y plus will not be dominant. But if it comes together, Y plus and W plus, they are together, they will be dominant. So now here we can see that Y plus and W plus are together, which means that they will be dominant. So and in the females we have the wild type, which is dominant, and in the males we have again YW, which is yellow and white. Now the cross of F1 with F1 will lead to the F2 generation, and here we can see that the parental type and recombinant types have been given percentages, and we can see that the percentage of parental type is 98.7 and recombinant types have 1.3 percentage, which clearly shows that the parental type is very high. The most important reason is the distance which led to this thing. Basically there was a very less distance between Y and W, which led to a high level of linkage, due to which the parental types are very much. Now if we can analyze them, we will see that under the parental type we have the Y plus and W plus, which again means that they are dominant, and it will lead to wild type, which matches with the parent. And we can see that Y and W, yellow and white, they also match with the parents. But if we see on the other side under the recombinant type section, so we can see that we have Y plus and W, which doesn't match with the parents, which is only white, and there is no parent of such kind. And then we have Y and W plus, which is again leading to yellow, which we do not have any parent. Now we can see one thing, that Y plus and W is white. Why? Because whenever Y plus or W plus will come with simply Y or simply W, it will lead them to be recessive, not dominant. So we can say that W is dominant here, so it is white. And in the second one we can see that W plus is simply with Y, therefore it's recessive, and Y is dominant, that's why it's yellow. In the same way we can see that here we have Y plus W plus and YW, which means it will lead to Y plus W plus being dominant, it will lead to wild. Now we can understand this also, that wherever we are given this kind of chromosome, the dark blue one, it is XY, which means that these were the males, and the second one we have all the females, because there is no Y chromosomes. This dark blue is a Y chromosome. Now we can see in the cross B we have two genes, which is W and M, white and miniature, and W plus and M plus, which is wild again. Now the cross of parental type will again lead to the F1 generation. Now here also we need to note down the distance between them, which is quite much compared to cross A. So we can see that there is so much distance between them, which will lead to more and more recombinations, less linkage. So In the second generation, when we can see F1 generation, we have WM and W plus M plus. Now we need to again see that that the Y chromosome doesn't have any genes. So again we have the wild type and the miniatures, which is the female one is the wild and the male is the white and miniature. Now in the F2 generation we can see that the parental types are 62.8% and recombinants are 37.2%. Now here we can note this, that there is less of parental types as compared to the cross A. Obviously we know the reason, the distance of the genes, and we can again see that the X and Y, the chromosomes of the first one, like they are the males, we can see that the parental types are W plus and M plus, which means they are resembling to the parents. And in the second we have the females. And also we need to note down that the strength of linkage between Y and W is higher than W and M. Okay, so I think that it has been understood by all of you.